I'm here this afternoon with Pastor Steve Branson. I always start to go blank ever since you caught me that time going up on your name when you were a guest out in San Angelo. We're at Village Parkway Baptist Church here in San Antonio. Want to hit on a couple of things really quick with you. Our legislative session is off and going. What's your initial feedback on what you see happening?
Well, I was just up there the other day. I had an opportunity. I spoke at the pastor's briefing and was one of the speakers. And we were there mainly talking about SB 6, the bathroom bill. And they've got the support, and when they can get it through Joe Strauss is going to be the huge question.
True.
So we'll have to wait and see at that point. But I'm going to be up later testifying on behalf of the I forgot the senator's name. That's a lady that's sponsoring the bill. But I was asked just a little bit ago if I would come up whenever they asked for me, so I will be going up to do that.
Well, and Trump just passed a
saw
bill.
that.
Yeah, so that's got to add a little more pressure to getting in a line.
I've had 2 or 3 people in my church who've had incidents at Target, and that bill won't stop the kind of stuff that happens at Target, but they've scared them enough they won't go back to Target. And in fact, my church, we're not protesting Target or boycotting it, but everybody's quit shopping there just for safety's sake.
True.
And so I'm hoping the bill gets through. I think it's very, very much needed. And so that's the main one I'm aware of right now, and I have been up already, and we'll go back up again to be of help down the road when they ask for my help.
We've got a lot of things going on, feels like kind of a tug of war on the immigration and refugee, and San Antonio has so many immigrants here. What's the pulse right now here in San Antonio with all of that's going on?
Well, we're not hearing a whole lot. I think
That's
the mayor
interesting.
is very supportive, but there's very little said. I don't hear anything among anyone. So right now it's very low key. I was talking to an ICE agent the other day, and they're getting ready to really lock down very tight on some things around here. And they were excited. First time in 8 years they were going to be able to do their job.
That's got to feel great.
And it was a young man he's about 40-ish, that lives in Arizona, and he's been brought to Texas, left his family there to work here for a while till they get Texas halfway back in shape. And they're going after the criminals. He says, we know where they are and we know what they're doing, and we're going to go get them. So I know there's activity going on among pastors and everything else. We don't hear a whole lot about much of any of that right now. So
It'll be interesting to see what happens. Well, and I have to bring up the fact that something interesting is going on at your church this evening that has already hit the news in different ways, and I understand you're getting calls and this, that, and another. You want to share with my audience what's happening?
We have scheduled tonight Act for America. They meet here about 4 or 5 times a year. They use our facility along with others, and I've been working with Roy White now for 2 or 3 years and enjoy working with him. And so I was off today and was expecting a pretty much quiet day at the house. In fact, I was working on my income tax. I was just finishing up. And I got an email, and I have it set up on my Facebook page that if you, on my Facebook accounts, that if you use my church's name in any message, then I get an email letting me know that you've done that. And so I got an email from a CARE supporter that where there's going to be a major protest here tonight for the Act for America meeting. And the leader of CARE in San Antonio will be there. They say Joaquin Castro is coming, Lloyd Doggett, Manuel Medina. So the whole Democratic leadership from this area is going to be here tonight. They're going to be protesting Roy and Act for America out in the front of our church. And we're expecting a big crowd. So we've been putting our security in place. I've got men in the church that'll be here tonight. I know Roy's brought security to be here. I went and saw the police just a little bit ago. They were already aware of it. Their intelligence community is going to be watching us like a hawk to make sure everything goes okay. So it's going to be an interesting night here at Village Parkway. We have a good speaker. I think Karen Lugo is her name, and she'll be speaking, but it's going to be interesting. I have no idea what to expect, but I figure about 5:30 things will get real interesting around here.
Could be, could be. Have you had a situation like this before at your church?
No, not to this extent. We've had a little off and on over the years with Sergeant Monk. We put police on duty for a little bit because of some death threats, but we never really had anybody press an issue before. So it's the first time I've had protesters down at my pregnancy center and stuff. We've been through that a few times, but this will be probably the first time and there may only be 8 or 10 out there, but I really expect to see a pretty good crowd out there protesting us because the Muslims have been calling all the Muslims in the community to come out here tonight.
Oh my.
Yeah, we've seen the Facebook page where it's at. So
Wow. And I've got to ask, has anyone from CARE or one of the other Muslim organizations here in town contacted you to try to get you to not host the event this evening?
no, I haven't heard a word from them.
Interesting.
Yeah, not a word. Nothing new. I wouldn't have known this unless one of their supporters had used my name in a Facebook post.
Yeah.
So it would have been a surprise to Roy and everybody else tonight to see a crowd out front. So at least by them doing that, it gives me a chance just to make sure that everybody's safe and secure. And I have school here. I have a private school, and kids are still on campus at that time. So that's one of the reasons I asked the police for some protection. I
Sure.
just want to make sure the kids aren't scared or our parents are caught off guard by this. So, and I have other groups meeting tonight, small groups up here. So we want to make sure everybody's safe and protected. And again, I don't expect any trouble. Press will be out here, so that should keep it pretty minimal. But I think I'm at the point that Roy must really be shaking some trees in Austin that they're coming after him now.
It's interesting, though, if they are against the event tonight, that they didn't contact you to cancel, but instead it feels more like they've made this an opportunity for them to have a press, to have a media gathering, to do some propaganda on their side and their cause.
Well, they said Act for America in San Antonio is one of the strongest chapters in the nation, and so I think they're reacting to the strength of what Roy's been doing here. And so they're hitting back, but they were looking for a moment they could come against him, and I think that's what tonight's going to be about.
Could be. Anything else exciting going on?
No, I've been trying.
I haven't seen you in a while.
I'm just trying to quiet down and live a boring life. I just can't quite get out of the limelight.
Well, that must mean that the good Lord needs you here and there and wherever He's got you called.
Well, I've been traveling a bunch. I've quit traveling, and I've just been resting and taking it easy and pastoring the church. And I'm going to Cuba in April, going to Washington, D.C. in May, so I'm going to pick back up with some of the stuff that I'm doing and everything else. But right now it's kind of quiet, but I'm going to help out in Austin off and on as they need help. I'll drive
Oh,
up there and do
absolutely.
that. In fact, I haven't got the date yet. I'm supposed to say the opening prayer in the Senate one day up there. So
Very good.
Donna Campbell, Senator Campbell's office is inviting me up for the prayer, so I'm looking forward to that.
Very good. She's a great senator. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you
glad
so
to do it.
much. Look
Glad
forward
to-
to seeing you again.
All right, hopefully after tonight we'll still be going.
Amen.